good. How are you? I'm good. How are you? I mean, you got the Sun, who's a great healer on Komodo, and we also have Genji that's on Salt right now with Till. I mean, those are the key players. They've been, with them for a while now. So I think those are gonna be the key players you're gonna want to watch. Also, Chief as well is playing today for Salt. So it's gonna be a good match.
Traveling to Numbani.
Numbani is a great map for dive. I love playing this map a lot as a main tank
Initiating
with Winston.
match.
If you guys can coordinate a good dive, you're gonna see like a lot of big plays here. Yeah, definitely. I mean, as a main tank player, what I do here for Nubati if I'm playing attack, even defense as well, you do
Ready for
Winston on the
battle.
first 2 points, and third point you'll jump on Rhine. So you get kind of the whole both death ball and dive comp on this map, and which makes it so interesting. And we got a pause going on right now.
To dive compositions on both sides. And something to note is that both teams are going to be running what it looks like to be a Mercy for their main heals. And a little bit of difference is Wind's Plague is going to be on the Zenyatta for the off heals, and the Sun for Komodo is going to be playing Lucio.
Right. Sorry, I was fixing the audio levels. Um, so just recap again real quick. I missed the beginning part. Sorry.
I was just going over their compositions. Looks like standard dive comp, but we have Mercies for main heal, and we also
Hmm.
have a different Zenyatta on NACL, and the Sun playing Lucio on Komodo.
Nice. Okay. I mean, so they're going to be playing a lot with the Zen with the Discord. That's going to be the huge advantage. So whoever their dive target is, they're going to see the Discord on that target. They're going to try to eliminate him that target quick as possible and move on to the next. And you get the Mercy on the other side, who's going to try to res that and counter it. So we'll see how well coordinated the teams are.
It's all about team communication, coordination, and obviously just moving as a unit when you have a Zenyatta on your team. Zenyatta has to call out who they have Discord, not just put it in there randomly, and then the team needs to be able to get on their get on it. Apparently, Mishra's cat pulled out the Ethernet cord from their computer.
That's why I have dogs, which you might hear. They might be barking in the background. We'll see.
It is what it is. I don't know. Dogs can do pretty heavy damage to computers too. But it is time to get back into the game. Looks like we are doing so. There we are, back into the match.
Attackers
Yeah,
incoming in 30
we didn't start the
seconds.
match yet, but the chat watching tonight, like, who do you guys are rooting for? Like, is it Salt or Komodo? Do you guys want to see win tonight?
We'll see if they say that. in this matchup, I just know that NACL have been having a few troubles in the league so far, but they were looking pretty good last week when they played, and I want to see them continue to get better, continue to improve. So hopefully they have continued that trend and will be able to really fight this out.
Right. So right now, both teams are doing dive like expected. One has a Pharah, the other one has a Genji. I think the Pharah has the advantage on this one. What do you think?
Well, there isn't a lot of hit scans to deal with that Pharah. The closest you have is Chief on the Hanzo to really deal with that, and it's not going to be easy. But it's time for some engages, lots of fighting back and forth, and although Chobro seems to have fallen, which means no main tank for the side of NACL. But they're being careful. They don't want to engage too hard on top of that, because they could end up getting a little bit too over aggressive. But and the fighting is still breaking out for the most part. Mishra getting dived on by Genji, but surviving, and now Botu is backing off.
Right. On the side of Komodo, with that pharmacy they have going on, it's going to make it very difficult for Salt to push in on this if they have no good scan. It's all up to Chief right now to get this crucial fix so they can move forward as a team.
Although Sherbro was getting on top of Clever and almost managed to get the kill, but was warded off and is now getting jumped on by Hammer, but the Dragons are there to try and split the enemy team up. Komodo did a good job of definitely moving out of the way, and although did fall, but is brought back up and is going to be fighting on the point. The Sun has used the sound barrier to try and keep everybody alive, although has also used the Primal Rage to try and sustain this and try to get on top of that Mercy. But that Valkyrie is too fast. You cannot get through that easily. The nuke comes out, and Komodo definitely gets behind the wall to make sure that they stay alive. Although Jiro is pushed off the point yet again and is just Berkey left. Tries to try and use those boosters to get back to the team.
Yeah, thanks to the Sun for that beat drop. If he didn't do that, that could have been a lost team fight there. He saved it right there for his team.
That's not right.
So, by the look, there does seem to be a little bit of an issue with the kill feed. Not sure why that isn't there, but we'll be sure to get that fixed by next game. We just have to deal with it for now. Looks like it's another time on the point. Lordicon was knocked out of mech, but then used the nuke. The barrier was knocked out in time for it to deal some damage, but the only one who was really hit by it was Berkey, who's still at half health. And there is the Transcendence from Wind's Plague, trying to keep NACL alive as they try and sustain through everything that is happening to them. But it was actually their team's Genji blade that happened there. Clever still has it, but Clever died shortly afterwards, so was not able to use it to exploit the Transcendence being used, and that is the first checkpoint being obtained.
It's so crucial to have those defensive ults. It'll either allow your team to engage, or it's going to allow your team to back off, but without those defensive ults, your team's not going to be able to do anything. So it's very important for that trans to kick off the time to hit.
Chief is sitting on the Dragons, but is taken out. So that does take out a lot of offensive ability, and Clever has used the Dragon Blade, trying to get on top of Till. He was trying to get away, managed to get away for now. It's pretty low, but is trying to keep Berkey up and alive. Is now onto Genji. NACL is falling back, and Till has been taken down, as well as Berkey. The team just falling back towards the fun, trying to stay alive. Looks like most of them are. And Genji is looking pretty low, but staying alive. The Dragon Strike came through, but it didn't seem to hit anybody on Komodo. So now it's time for NACL's offense to start yet again. Although Turbo getting in there and using his Primal Rage, he'll be trying to knock around the enemy team and create some opportunities, create some space for T. Hammer using the Primal Rage in turn to try and do the same. Just getting on there, does a great job, and a great nuke is going to take out two remaining members of NACL, while the rest are getting picked off. Although Turbo managing to stay alive, getting that Harmony Orb is going to be using that bubble to try and keep the damage off them, gets around the corner in time.
Yeah, Hammer on Winston, he's doing everything right now. He's keeping them right in their spawn. NACL doesn't know what to do. They're stuck where they are. If they don't do something soon, they're going to be losing a lot of time on that clock right now.
Hammer had to back out and was taken down. That means that is the main tank gone for Komodo. And ACL wants to take a hold of that opportunity, although Turbo is getting right up in there. But there is the Rocket Barrage. Nobody's going to die to it thanks to a deflect. And Wind's Plague is transcendent, although Turbo is back online to put out a little bit of damage, a little bit of space. But Clever is on the back line, takes out all the Turbos on top of Till and takes out Till as well. And trying to get on top of Genji, who's just backing off, trying to stay alive, climbing up the wall to get up onto the balcony. All the Turbos trying to get back to the team, but does die. Now it's just Berkey and Chief left, who's just trying to back out. It's a die, but Berkey managed to get away.
Salt needs to change something up soon. If they can't get a spawn, it's just going to be a great round for them. They need to do something about this old match that they have.
Although Turbo is getting in there, and there's a Dragon Strike, but it seems to miss the side of Komodo entirely, instead of just going straight for the payload. And although Turbo is on that team, trying to use that Primal Rage to do some work. Chief has switched over to the Soldier while they use that ultimate. I put out maybe a little bit more consistent damage, a way to do with Mishra. There is the new like Komodo to catch anybody, and is now moving on to the side of NACL. Although Turbo is getting caught out a little bit and is killed, with a overall great defense from Komodo, taking out the last one, Berkey.
I mean, the good move right now is to go and hit scan, but the problem is they took too long on that. They only got 30 seconds now to do something. They should have made that switch a long time ago.
We'll see if that does help him out a little bit. Chief is now actually swapped over to the McCree to have that flashbang out, hopefully do some stuns. That can open up a lot of opportunity for damage there. Hammer dealing a lot of damage to Aldo Turbo, and there is another ultimate from Clever onto the back line, trying to swipe away and deal damage. Is killed though, and now NACL is on the point. Seems like they're turning this around with 3 of Komodo down. It's Van Nuys, Lord, Yukon, and Hammer left. Mishra is back though, trying to dish out the damage and keep it up. It's just Genji left on the point. Komodo is turning this around, and his overtime is ticking down. It's brought back up by Till though, but it's just Wind's Plague left. Will they be able to hold it? I think not. This is in Komodo with a great checkpoint to hold.
That was huge. Like I said, Komodo played everything right there. They held them in the spawn. NACL did let them do what they want. They wasted so much time, and they had no time to push when they're ready to deal with the hit scan.
Initiating match.
And that is a incredibly good hold and a great play from Komodo. It's going to be difficult for NACL to defend from that, and Komodo is definitely set up for success here if they want to win the very first map. So right now both teams are going to be strategizing, figure out what it is they need to do. And what do you think these teams were missing?
Well, Komodo wasn't missing anything. They got it on point. Their synergy and everything, their pretty much their ult management was perfect. When it comes to NACL, they need to make changes quicker to realize what's not working and make it work. The Hanzo wasn't doing anything. There was no really win condition with the Hanzo. They should have made something that's gonna allow them to engage in the fight.
Looks like Aldo is trying something a little bit interesting here. Actually, the whole team is going for a little bit of a bunker composition. Aldo Chobro on the Hammond with Orisa as the main tank, and they're going to be having Wind's Plague on the Baptiste or their main heals, along with a Mercy. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how this works out. You can see they're just setting way up in the back, where it looks like Chief on the Reaper is going to be just holding that flank.
They're doing a bunker comp. I've never seen a bunker comp like with the Hammond, like they're doing right now. Usually it's done with the Diva that can contest the point. So I want to see what they do here with using Wrecking Ball.
To be fair, Wrecking Ball is a fantastic point contester. Anyone who's had to deal with the spin to win knows that. And it looks like Komodo, they're just setting up in the underbit, trying to look for an opportunity. And they are now getting up onto that backline. Will they be able to do the work they need to? Trying to deal a lot of damage. We're knocked up, and the lamp is up, keeping the side of NACL alive. They can't fall underneath 10% health. That is down, though. Will they be able to pump out the damage from this high ground? Chief decides not to even do it from there, is on the point and takes out Lord Yukon. And it looks like it's just falling up onto the main tank as well. Hammer does fall. A great defense from NACL.
What I would do there is they had the right heroes. It's just their engage was wrong. I would actually go underneath the tanks and be on a point and force them to jump down to me, rather than me jumping onto them. Make them
Trying to
contest.
The high ground is incredibly important in this game, and if you can get the enemy team off, then that is incredibly important by any means necessary. And sometimes that just means contesting the point and saying, hey, in order to deal with us, you're going to have to come down here. It's like Clever has swapped over to the Junkrat to try and break down that bunker shield from Berkey. Be able to put out a lot of damage there. Chief getting caught out a little bit, but manages to use the Wraith form to turn that fight around. Takes out two. It's just the Sun left, who's still trying to contest that, is now on the point, but is being chased off by the Reaper. Hammer has swapped over to the Hammond to try and deal some damage, try and get in there a little bit, but doesn't seem to be able to keep up with Aldo Chilbro, who has practiced this quite a bit.
Yeah, they're so engaging and weird to me. I mean, they're not even contesting the point. If they go on the point, force NACL to jump down, I mean, there's not much else they can do.
You see Chief there on that edge, and look at all of the ultimates that are online. And speaking of ultimates, there is the minefield covering up. The point is going to be difficult to contest that now. Hammer wants to, though, wants to try and get in there. There's what you talked about. Hammer just taking that area right underneath the high ground. Gets hit by one of the mines when trying to escape, though, and does die. There is the Death Blossom as well up on that high ground, trying to do some work. Chief just trying to get in there and do damage, and does do so. It looks like it is Clever left trying to stay alive, but Chief sniffs them out and takes them out.
At this point, they have a minute left. They need to go right onto the point and just focus one target at a time. It seems like they're all doing different things when they engage.
Like Berkey jumped over the edge to swap off of that Orisa. Mines are on the high ground, and NACL definitely gets off of it. Lamp is online, but does not stay alive long enough. Aldo Turbo is going to be contesting it, and there is the high noon from Mishra is going to quickly take out Aldo Chilbro. Still left. It seems like NACL fell apart right at the end. 30 seconds left as we're just nearing 2 ticks on this point. Berkey trying to contest, and it does die. It's just Genji and Aldo Chilbro left. They are not going to try to contest the point any further. Instead, they have to defend against Hammer, who's just swinging up in there, but does get away.
Well, now Moto is, in a better position now. They don't have to really focus on the point, or just push the payload. And they don't have to go far either. I think Komodo might take this now.
They don't have a very long way to go, and usually you do see point B get taken, and this is fun. We're going to see Clever on the Bastion, just holding up on the point with a big old Orisa shield. It's going to be difficult to deal with this, especially with no Diva to use that defense matrix against that Bastion and take away all of that damage. Aldo Chilbro once again on there, though, gets down to the mines, and does a great job. Hammer taking a ton of damage, and Clever is down. And with Hammer down as well, that was a quickly done defense.
That was really done quickly. I was expecting the pirate ship just to demolish NACL, but no, they proved me wrong with the Reaper, and they took out Bastion right away, and then everything else just collapsed. So good job on them.
They made sure to just hold behind that corner until the distance was as close as possible. Get on top of the Bastion and take them out. There's an EMP though, catching 3 members of NACL. The Lamp was online to keep the team alive though. Aldo Chilbro trying to get away, does not do so. That is no Hammond. That is a lot of damage missing. That is a lot of CC. Getting caught out of it, trying to stay alive. Has to try and get on top of Clever. Clever does fall. And with Hammer falling as well, Aldo Chilbro is back, ready to deal out the damage and swing in there, and with the sun down, is ready to do work. Does go back to the team now to reset for the next defense.
I mean, I'm shocked by this. And the bunker's working for them. Good for them. You see Hammer switching to Orion now. They're doing a Ryan Zyra comp Deathball. I guess they're planning on just going right into this bunker comp and just pretty much swinging Blaze of Glory. Let's see what happens.
It's time for this, what could be the final offense here in just 50 seconds left. Although Turbo getting onto that back line. And there are the mines just getting up to the back of the point. Amplification Matrix is up, trying to put out some extra damage through that. It's not going to be easy for Komodo to push past it, and with their main tank down, doesn't look like they'll be able to quite yet.
No, they gotta do something quick. They need to push like right now. They got one more fight in the in this game, and if it doesn't, if they don't get no picks, we're gonna see NACO with the first win for tonight.
And that would be a pretty big turnaround for them, especially with these circumstances that were put in front of them after round one. Although we're trying to swing around and deal some damage, gets a pretty big knock to get a lot of full charge. Hammer is on that backline though, and uses the hammer down to catch three. But what's got Phil, who's using the Valkyrie, keep everyone healed up and healthy. Although Turbo caught by the charge, but staying alive. Now sitting at 94%. Ult charge trying to get into the back, does get enough, and there are the mines. Put out a ton of damage, and there is hammer down. And Ford Yukon is trying to contest, but cannot do it. Although Turbo knocks them away. NACL wins the first map of tonight.
That was awesome. What a great fight at the end. Genji really, distracted him a little bit with the ult, give him some team to coordinate real quick. They took care of the Reaper behind him, and it was huge for them, right there.
And here we're seeing Chief just leaping onto the point and dealing so much damage with that Reaper. Once you just get up in their face, you are so capable as a GPS, but it is not easy. We saw some really choice of plays from there. Seems like NACL has a few tricks up their sleeve, and that is what we've seen from them before. Great teamwork, great strategies, but haven't been able to quite go that extra mile. But it seems like they really did it there with that defense against Komodo on Numbani.
Right now we're putting kill feed back on. Sorry about that for the first round. But yeah, both teams it's so good on dive. A good first round. It's just slight difference between the Pharah and the Hanzo. But the second team fight, pretty much when NACL went on defense and doing the hold on the second point, which I wasn't expecting to happen. They proved me wrong on that with the Reaper and the McCree. I'm really proud of them. I mean, last time I saw Komodo and Salt fight, it was the other way around. They really couldn't do much. So I'm hoping for a Salt win tonight.
It would be a little bit of a turnaround for them and maybe the start of a new era. And I definitely like how NACL plays. They always need to come up with interesting ideas and interesting strategies, but maybe they just don't have enough. They don't have the adaptability that they need, but maybe they're finally starting to turn the corner on that. Before we get too much further, I'd like to thank Kroski, who has subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much, helping us keep this whole operation running. So as we are setting up for the next map, looks like we do have just a little bit of swaps here. We're going to be seeing Mythy CL coming in for Chief on NACL. So maybe that speaks a little bit to their strategy, but also, you just got to switch it up sometimes.
Did you say Kroski just subbed to the channel? Was this his first time subbing?
It doesn't say that they have subbed previously,
I have
so
to get
I'm
on
going
him
to
on
say
that.
yes.
He's the support for Frost on my team. He's just subbing now. We gotta talk about
How
that.
dare you?
You're right. He's benched. He's benched for next game.
This is what you get for not subbing soon.
Yeah.
Or maybe I shouldn't have said anything. And there it is, #ReportJag. Classic right there.
But,
So it looks like we're going to be getting into our next map, which is going to be Junkertown.
Welcome to Junkertown.
Junkertown is probably my least favorite map. I'm telling you this right now.
Oh, this is one of my favorite.
It's so unpredictable for me. Like it's either gonna be a really good game or it's gonna be a really bad game.
Yeah, I can see that. This is one of the spots of the biggest turnarounds in my competitive career. With my university team. That is a story for another time, but it's always held a fond place in my heart since then. So I also know this is a great map for Hammond, especially after that first checkpoint. In the first one, there's not a lot to really swing off of and deal with, although there is a lot of open space to move around. But we could see that.
You know, out of respect, you're supposed to leave the bike, you know, for both teams and not destroy it. But it just seems like no one ever wants to do that. They always destroy the bike every game around.
Just no manners. Everyone wants to see those physics goodnesses. And so both teams are setting up their team comps now. I always like looking at the defense first, since we know they won't be changing it anymore. So it looks like looks like a goats composition. A little bit of a throwback here. Well, I can't say much for a throwback. It wasn't too long ago. Goats was just everywhere. Looks like they're just going to be setting up way up here,
yeah.
right at the spot.
They're taking a book from Frost because we did this last Saturday.
2, 1.
And here is the start. Hammer is ready to use his namesake and getting up in there and taking out Tilt straight away. Lord become using the boosters there, and it does a good job taking out the lamp as well. It's just all the Chobro left on the point. No longer has to fortify and is going to be falling. Smithy CL did manage to get up onto the high ground. Is going to be staying alive there, but is facing pressure from Lord Yukon, who is getting up in there. Does get back to the spawn though. Now NACL has to come up with something to deal with this. It looks like they're going to be bringing out Berkey on the Roadhog to try and displace the enemy team, get them out of that clumping.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing to do right now is maybe go more goats. You know, get some more heals and push into the team since they're doing Zen goats right now.
And it looks like they're just going to be staying with what they got for the most part. There's the first pick. CL taking out Xanives could be exactly what they need. There's the amplification matrix as well, and it's doing massive work, allowing them to take out the rest of the members of Komodo Winds Plague with some pretty big plays there.
Man, you know, Baptiste, the new hero, just destroyed goats. We all saw it firsthand with that ult. It's such big plays.
I mean, Goats relies on just gigantic health pools and being able to heal through pretty much any damage that happens using 3 off healers to sustain through a fight. But that amplification matrix throws a wrench into the workings there. Lord Yukon trying to block the high noon. Isn't going to be able to do it though, and it allows for 2 kills, unlocking Lord Yukon out of the mech, following up with a kill on Mishra. This is another failed defense from Komodo. It's just the Sun and Xanides left on the point. They're being taken out in turn.
Komodo, I mean, they want to run goats. They need to focus one target at a time. Who's ever discorded? They're not sticking together. That's the whole thing of purpose of goats. And they're just getting destroyed for it.
Goats is dead.
Goats is not dead.
Goats is not dead.
I love playing goats.
All main tank players do. So if we look at this, it looks like they're going to be sticking with it. Komodo now is sitting on 4 ultimates, and they're going to be getting that Graviton Surge soon. So it seems like they're just going to be relying on those for this defense. But if NACL can keep this up, then maybe that won't matter. We see Lord Yukon getting up onto the back, but everyone is seen. Hammer is brought down to earth, but losing that hammer down is going to be knocking down Berkey, but the lamp keeping Berkey alive, but charged out of it. He managed to use the take a breather to stay alive for a little while longer, but does fall. It's up to the rest of the team now, but with all the turbo down, that is no takes for NACL, and they are pushed off of this point, with Mishra trying to chase down a little bit more. Gets knocked out though.
Yeah, they did a good job there in their push. Diva got the right call, take the high ground, contest the Widow, push her back. It's definitely a good push there for Goats, and that's why Goats is so strong. Stay as a group, you win this group.
Like, although Chobro has swapped over to the Hammond, the one that we know that Aldo Chobro always wants to play anyway. He's going to be trying to use that here to get up into the enemy team. He's got a little bit of a failed grapple though, but uses the edge to get that grab from there. There's the amplification matrix, but the hammer down goes through it, but gets clotheslined by Widowmaker. And now it's time for a little bit of a push here from NACL. They know that the enemy team has no main tank. Aldo Chobro has to be careful of Mishra though. Don't want to get stunned out too much when on a rollout. And now NACL seems to be set up for a pretty good offense, but can they deal with that new seeds like they do? Berkey getting a little bit of charge off of that and being kept alive through that Graviton Surge thanks to the Immortality Field. Aldo Chobro wants to try and do a little bit of damage, trying to grapple in there, misses the grapple, so has to back up for a little bit. Tilla has used the Valkyrie. The mines are going to be up, and there you go. Mines scattering the point, and Looks like the Transcendence is used to keep everybody on Komodo alive. That is pretty good, though, knowing that is down. But Mythy seems to go on a little bit of a flank and paid for it. Oh, with Mishra down, that's a lot of stuns and quite a bit of heals down for the side of Komodo. And Aldo is back with the knockups. Hammer has swapped over to the Hammond, though, to have a little bit more mobility to deal with this composition that NACL have cooked up. It seems to be working.
It was such a good call to go to Winston Goats to get away from that Ryan for the for what Salt is running right now. Hammer's so strong on Winston. We've seen the last round, so it's a good call for changing that. But I just want to say something real quick. Is that I know that Genji's playing on a $30 monitor, but did you not see the Diva in front of him before he ulted when the first fight he gave? It's pretty crazy. Diva was right in front of him. He ulted in front of a Diva as McCree.
Oh, yeah, but Lord Yukon was brought down by a well-placed pulse, so it ended up working out. Windflake on that high ground, but had to back off for a little bit, and there is the new Murky using it for charge. Is now going to be sitting on a little bit more damage there, and once they have a little bit of engage, Hammer has to back up. Mishra using the rally to give everyone that little bit of extra oomph as they try and survive through, but a Graviton Surge followed up by the Mice, followed up by the Dragons. Will they be able to survive through it? Doesn't look like it. The side of Komodo taking absolutely huge. It's Hammer just accepting their fate, and it's just the Sun left his heck and promptly killed.
That's what happens when you have win conditions. If you don't have anything to stop them, they're just gonna win every fight. The reason why they stopped on the point was just to try to stall more time and try to get them to right there, just jump right back in the fight.
There's a Graviton Surge, though, catching 3 members from NACL. Will they be able to survive? It looks like the Coalesce is going to say yes, keeping them alive. But Migicel and Genji are down, thanks to a pretty good flank from Hammer, who seems to be just clearing out the enemy. It's just 9 seconds left, and it's all up to Aldo, but his stun has to back away. Will they be able to contest the point? Doesn't look like it. Maybe getting on there. No, the nuke was there anyway. Probably wouldn't have been able to survive. A great defense from Komodo.
Definitely. O.C.C Sol is better on it. We saw this last match where Komodo had a great defense, but Sol had a better defense. So let's see if that happens again this round.
It seems like that is oftentimes what we get from these two teams. Their defenses are just so finely tuned, they're able to do great work with them. And will they be able to keep that up, though? We will have to see in round 2. And there is this match, or this map rather, is going to end in this round since it wasn't pushed all the way to the end. So Komodo, they have a pretty decent shot at evening this up before halftime.
Just chat activity right now. It is not my birthday. Okay, Mighty Peon. You can definitely wish me a happy birthday every day and give me gifts if you wish to. But my birthday is actually next month. You're close, but just off a month.
I accept bourbon as gifts when my
Really?
birthday comes around. Oh yeah, that's
I'm
what
more of a Jameson, a Patron kind of guy. Like, you're not coming to the meetup, are you?
I am not. A little bit too far for me. My car is a little bit too old to make that drive.
Because, it's just basically everyone's going to be drinking every night.
I'm sure that's exactly what it's going to be.
It's going to be fun. If you guys don't know, O.C.C is doing a meetup.
But,
it's happening at MMA.
It's a little bit to deal with. So now, looks like we're going to be getting on to round 2, the last round. Looking at these compositions, and it looks like this is a little bit of a repeat from NACL's defense over on Numbani, except that Mythy is playing that Widowmaker because of those long sight lines on this map, and Genji is going to be playing that McCree for when the enemy tries to get on there. A great counter to the Winston. All that triple getting a little bit offensive, trying to get up in there, but does die to the Sun. That's a lot of damage missing and a lot of crowd control away thanks to Hammond time. Gun is out of the mech though and has to fall back around that corner. Turkey is alive and is trying to keep that shield up. Mishra was picked out by Nitra's Hanzo though. That is a pretty huge play, and Mishra following it up with taking out Genji. And so because of that, that is opening them up to just push forward and take this point. Berkey is going to be falling next. Because of that, just this slow trickle of deaths from NACL means it's going to be very difficult for them to defend this first checkpoint.
Right. For a bunker comp, the best way to go around it is to go dive. And that's exactly what this dude is going to dive into the bunker. So it's working. You know what's going to stop a dive comp? Another dive comp.
Or another dive comp. Yep.
Yes.
And you know, Aldo Turbo is part of that as well. There are the dragons, though, to be coming onto the point. Everyone's able to stay out of it except for Berkey, who does fall with an EMP following that up. That is going to be the first checkpoint going over to Komodo in a very quick amount of time.
Yeah, it's just right now it's looking good for Komodo. If they keep this up, they're gonna definitely win this match. Unless NSC changes things around, which they are, I think they should get off the bunker. They should go dive.
I was just about to think that Genji needed to be careful there, was alone, and did end up dying when they were picked out. So the rest of the team has to wait a little bit before they have that DPS back online. In all this time, the payload is pushing up further. There is the high noon, though. Didn't seem to catch much of anybody, though. The side of Komodo able to get out of the way. And now, will they be able to push this up? NACL is now on the point. All the turbo has swapped over to the Reinhardt to try and deal with that Hammond, but does fall. There's a new Berkey. Able to use it for some charge, but does fall straight afterwards. Now, Genji on the point as Genji now trying to deal some damage, trying to take out the back line. Isn't able to kill anybody fast enough, though, and Mishra with a clean double kill with the Storm Arrows is going to be using the dragons to clear out that hallway, although Chobro did fall to it. With NACL down as well, this is going to be very difficult for NACL to even contest. The point doesn't look like they can, and Komodo takes the second map very quickly and very capably just before halftime.
Yeah, I mean, with Clever on Sombra, he had the right idea. He waited for them to come out and spawn, and he distracted them. He gave his team so much space to push that payload. So by the time, NACL got to the payload, they just got ulted. And they couldn't do nothing about it, because they just swapped characters now. So it was big with the Sombra club.
It was exactly what they needed to break that defense, especially having that Orisa and a Hammond, who are both very susceptible to hacks, and ended up doing just a lot of work. Xanives with the vote there. Just so many great plays from these two teams, and we're going to see more after the halftime. We have a little bit of a video presentation for you, so sit back and enjoy that, and we'll be back in just a little bit.
Science rules. Inertia is a property of matter. T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
NANI?!
Heroes never die.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street.
All right, we're back. Lindsay is AFK. I don't know where he's at, but we're just gonna go ahead and continue. When he gets back, I'm sure he'll just jump right into things. But we're gonna see if the teams are ready. We'll just jump on to the next one. You expect me to do what they do, like Autix and Lindsay, because there's no way I'm gonna be able to talk that fast. But sure as hell, we'll commentate. We'll talk about a few things that's going on during the match. Um, Boot, is both teams ready? All right, cool. As we wait for confirmation. Right now, between the two games, it's 1-1 between Salt and Komodo. What everyone watching tonight, like, are you guys rooting for Salt? I saw a lot of Salt fans this morning. Oh, not this morning, but earlier. I didn't really see too much love for Komodo. I mean, come on. Komodo got Clever, you got the Sun, World Yukon. Hammer's doing great tonight at Winston.
Traveling to Nepal.
Thinking it was taking too long for you guys to
Initiating
say that
match.
halftime was over in the chat. It's fine.
We're live right now.
There we go. All
Good.
right.
I don't know what happened. I'm messaging you saying what's going on. So
I do not have desktop notifications enabled for Discord because screw that.
But you're watching the stream, aren't
So.
you?
I had to let my phone charge.
Okay. It's just unfortunate. But it's alright, we're good. You just came back in time. I was about to derail the whole stream, but you just came back.
So, Nepal.
Yeah.
And a pretty exciting first two
Ready
games.
for battle.
NACL taking the first one, but Komodo evening it up on the second with a pretty convincing win. And now we're going here. Let's see what these teams can come up with here. What strategies do you think they might try to employ here?
We're seeing Ghost with a Tracer, which I think it's probably not going to happen with the Tracer. They're just probably debating us, but we'll see. And then Chillbros go there. There he goes. They're going Somber Ghosts. Great.
Round one.
Genji
Capture
going on
the
Bastion. Okay,
objective.
there you go. Ghost is going to win this, I think. I think we're going to see Ghost take care of this.
Have to see. Although Chobro is up there and ready to deal some damage, already ticking down Hammer a little bit, gets stunned and gets hacked, though, taking a lot of damage. Will they be able to survive? Does get away thanks to Tills and Twin Plague's healing, but Komodo is sitting on the point. But Clever is the first one to fall. That means no hacks left for the side of Komodo. Come down as well. That's no off tank. That is a lot of protection missing because of those bubbles. And although Turbo is trying to get on, there is stunned, but does get away and is trying to look for another opportunity. Hammer has been brought down pretty low, but is able to survive for now. But the Sun and Mishra, less so, who have fallen to NACL, have taken the point back after just 18%.
Yeah, what they should be doing with the Ghost comp is kind of ignore the Fair and go for the targets they can get right away and save the Fair for D.Va. If they can do that, I think they can win the battle a lot quicker and not be taken over like this, the last battle.
And let's see if they're able to keep that up. There are a lot of ults coming online. The mines are going to be up pretty soon at just 95%, but there is a huge EMP. It's caught 4 of them and a follow-up. Hammer down from Hammer is ready to clean up the rest of them. The only ones who are able to get kills from NACL were Genji and Mithy, who took out the Sun and Mishra, but it is not enough. Mithy is the last one on point, and after getting hacked is quickly taken down. Still trying to get away, will be able to.
Exactly. Yep. They just, now Mercy is the lead on her now. But like I said, the Goats, you just destroy all the targets on the ground. And that's exactly what they did.
But they did use a lot of ultimates there. They now only have 2, whereas the other team has 3, and that sound barrier is going to be coming up online very, very soon. So they may be able to turn this around. We'll see if that works. Although Turbo will be getting right up into the enemy and then using the mines to try and clear out that side of the point. It's going to be difficult now for the other team to maneuver around the point. Now they can only really get in 3/4 of it, and all the Turbo is spinning away. But Genji and Till have both been taken down by Komodo, which really makes this fight pretty difficult for NACL. Lord Yukon is brought back as well by Xanives, and because of that, it's pretty much going to be impossible for NACL to take this. They have retreated back to the spawn.
Yeah, they're having a hard time with that push. I mean, Genji tried to ult, but he was stopped immediately by the Pharah, so it had no value in that. Even the mines didn't really do anything either. It didn't separate their team. They need to coordinate better with their ults, or their pushes are not going to go anywhere.
And now Genji is looking for a little bit of an opportunity, ready to push in and possibly catch out Mishra, who is sitting with that far mercy composition. So difficult. Auto Turbo. Oh, Hammer was in the back. He used the hammer down to just deal so much damage and completely immobilize and take out the enemy team. There was a rocket barrage for Missy, but it was quickly countered, and Mishra brought back 100% objective secured for Komodo.
I don't know why, I just saw the meme with the Pharah, she ulted, and the other Pharah is like, hold my beer, I'll do something better, and killed her. But it was such a, bad push on NACL. Like, are they ult management? Are they paying attention to what the other team has? Because they kind of went in there not knowing that Ryan has Shatter. They didn't even try to deflect it.
And, it could be... It ended up... Komodo had a really great defense there. Able to hold on to that... on that point, partially thanks to that GOAT's composition. And now, let's look at what we're going to be getting from these two teams. Mishra is actually going to be playing the Torbjorn. Going to be wanting to put that turret down behind that Arista shield. He just put down a lot of damage. And now it looks like they're going to be setting up on this back corner. But both teams now, actually, they're going to be going straight onto the point, wanting to use that ult to deal a little bit of damage. But to be fair, NACL does now have the high ground. You see Bertie with the Hog trying to find an opportunity for a hook. Misses it just barely. Because of that, won't be able to get it first quite yet. But the Wind Plague was able to. Took out Hammer. That is no main tank for Komodo. So now they're retreating back into the tunnels to try and stage a little bit of a defense using those walls. Xanax getting right up into range to get a boot, was flashbang and was taken out. Clever did get onto the backline to take out Mithy, but will that be enough? The lamp is up to try and keep the enemy team, or try and keep NACL alive. It looks like they were able to. They're going to just keep this offense going, although taking a lot of damage, but is able to use that fortify to stay alive. Zero was pulled in by Bertie and fell to the Hog. That will they be able to stay alive? With like a using application matrix for that extra healing, and it seems to be working for now. It is just Hammer left who falls, and that is the point take after 45%.
Yeah, NACL did the great thing. They took it slow, get some picks, move in slowly, as a Buffy Crumb should do. With Komodo, Hammer did the right thing by trying to buy as much time as possible. And even though the battle was lost, he has as much percentage as possible for the next battle to have a higher advantage of winning. So great move on both teams.
Komodo wants to take the point back, and I think he's going to be getting directly onto it. NACL is kind of just letting them. They're focusing on their retake ability, and there's a great hook from Berkey, taking out Hammer. And the Torbjorn ult isn't quite enough to take out that team thanks to the lamp, although Mithy was taken out. So have to be careful about those splotches. Did manage to actually get another kill thanks to that Wind Plague falling to the Molten Core. The point has been swapped over. Now, Komodo is sitting on 68% versus just 26, and NACL now has to take it back. Still, almost got halted over the edge, but able to use the Guardian Angel to get back, but did still fall too clever, and Aldo has been taken out. This is looking pretty good for Komodo as we just crossed 80% capture.
Yeah, I'm confused why NACL allowed them on a point in the first place and not held it. Like, they basically just said, here, have the point back, we're sorry for taking it.
Seems to be that really did bite them because they didn't give it up. It's 94%, and NACL has to get on it to counter. Xanos has been taken out. The amplification matrix is up to try and put out a little bit of extra healing and damage from Wind's Plague. And with Genji using the high noon, managed to clear out the point a little bit, taking out Hammer. With no main tank, the rest of Komodo falls.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just confused with both teams. Like, it doesn't seem like no one wants to defend the point. Like, they're just saying, all right, let's play tag team. Like, we're gonna run Rosie. I don't know. Like right now, where NAC's position, like, yeah, they should push up and hold that corner on the back right, so avoid from boops. But they're not doing that. Like,
It seems like they're kind of getting the idea now, getting right on that corner. Mithy on the high ground using that Hanzo agility to climb up the wall there. And there is the bongo from Aldo, trying to put out a little bit of extra damage. The hook just barely misses from Berkey. The lamp is there to keep everybody on NACL alive. But there is the Nano Blade right in the back. Clever slashing through the enemy team, and there is Aldo Chobro down because that no main tank. Multi-core is out as well to try and keep NACL away from the point. Genji onto the backline, though, trying to do it, does get taken down by Clever. It's just Till and Wind Plague left. The two supports, will that revive go through? It does. Missy is back online, is not able to stay alive, though, as well as Wind Plague. The point transfers over, and we're at 99%. Aldo Chobro isn't able to get on it to contest it any further, and Komodo wins the third map, bringing the score to 2-1.
So what's scarier than a Genji blading?
Play of the game.
Death itself, and a Sombra play of the game. That Genji get a lot of ult charge.
What's scarier than a Genji blading is a nano Genji blading. And what's scarier than a nano Genji blading is not having a defensive vault to stop him. Like, he basically, Clever could do whatever he wants, and no one's going to stop him without a defensive vault. They basically allow him to have a huge play.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that is oftentimes how it is as a Genji player. You're relying on your team to be able to bait out those defensive ultimates. And once those are down, you're able to keep track of those and then just use your blade at just the right time, coordinating it with the Ana to be able to get the nano boost as well. Can be absolutely massive and devastating for a team. And now this is looking a little bit tough. NACL has to win the next two maps if they want to be able to turn this around and take the win. Whereas Komodo, they only now have to win on Hanamura.
Hanamura it can go either way. TCP maps are just obnoxious. You don't know what's going to happen. With that second point, as long as you're on it, you can stall the defense team on a respawn. A lot can happen. There's a lot of factors in this map. It's up to NACL how they use it to their favor.
We have seen some interesting strategies from them before, namely their Bastion strategy that they deployed last week. Did a lot of work, but wasn't able to get them the win. Once the enemy team sort of figured out how to play against it, were able to push up through and make quick work. But still was pretty good and did a good job in a lot of ways. And it's going to be up to NACL to see if they can do this again and maybe be a little bit more flexible this time around to be able to deal with the different things that arise.
Yeah, I'm expecting a bunker comp for defense, either Bastion or Torb. It's really strong when you hold the high ground to the left and put your Torb turret on the right side, so you have 2 points of you know, I guess 2 forms of attack coming to the center point, and it's gonna make it very hard for the attacking team to push. But we'll see what happens. I mean, that's usually what we do for Frost. We play bunker and it works. I hope they do the same thing. Other than that, we might see some more goats, or we're gonna see 2-2-2.
Seems like NACL is pretty averse to playing goats at this point,
Traveling to
and
Hanamura.
I'll be a little bit surprised if they did do it at this point. I think that may be what they need to do to win, though. We'll see if they do kind of cave in and decide to do that. And now we get to see the beautiful Hanamura map.
Yeah, I think NACL. I think their players are just not coordinated enough to play goats. Like Genji, you usually see him just play Genji or McCree a lot of times, which has no value in goats. Um, I'm not sure what role he would play. So I think that's probably what the downfalls are with NACL. It's just their flexibility of hero pool. But maybe they can prove me wrong. Maybe they will get goats and just destroy everything. But we don't know until we see.
Ready
I
for
see Genji's
battle.
on Zarya. Zarya is a very good DPS. I want to see how he plays.
Looks like they're thinking about going a little bit of an interesting composition. Can't really call this goats at all, since I
All
mean
right,
you don't
he
have
Attackers
gets a
three
sim.
support
incoming in 30
and you don't
seconds.
have three tanks. So it looks like it's going to be Berkey on the May using Mithy with the Sombra if they do
Oh, we're
keep up
down.
with that. Looks like Xanives got knocked out of the game, will be coming back
Oh,
as hopefully just as soon as possible. Komodo seems to be having a few issues there. I
yeah.
wonder how NACL is planning on using this. We've seen Symmetra work incredibly well on offense on this map before.
Well, what I'm expecting to do, because I've run this comp before, the idea is to try to get. There's two things you can do here. You can either go right to the point, and when your whole team's on the point, you use the May wall to block out the enemy team from jumping on the point with you, right on the main. Or you can use the Symmetra teleporter to go around through the back way. There's a no right room that you can teleport into and go up the stairs and go all the way around and rotate. I like the idea of go around the point because it doesn't give the enemy time to rotate to 2 point to set up.
And you have to see if NACL has the communication and the teamwork that they need to pull that off, because it won't be easy. And looking at Komodo's setup here, looks like they have a pretty standard composition. They have an Ashe for the DPS along with
Now
Mishra
we're coming back.
playing that coveted Pharah, and then Ana as your main heals, and the Zarya Rhine, the Zarya
Zarya.
Rhine defensive tank combo, which is just so good.
Can we start calling that now? Like, does when you go
Raria?
right in Zarya, does Raria? They're
5,
doing Raria.
4, 3,
You're doing
2,
a classic Raria.
Attackers incoming.
That's what I'm saying now.
Defend
So if they
objective
had a
A.
child, that's would be the name of the child.
Now that is a ship that I haven't really seen, and I am okay really not seeing. Hammer in
Oh,
that
got the
back,
man.
charging in, doing a lot of work and taking out Berkey straight away. And it seems like Komodo is able to follow up on that, taking out two more, and NACL has to retreat back to the spawn.
That was huge. If anyone to pin, it had to be the May. That is so crucial for for Salt to have on their team taken away from them.
Right, if you had say pinned Chilbro, then Chilbro probably would not have died and might have been able to be healed up by the team. Would have been pretty difficult though. A little bit of swaps around on the side of NACL, though. Swapping it up, they have now Berkey on the Zarya instead of the other one, and Genji is now on the Free. For a little bit of an engage, and there's the hammer down. Catches two on the side of NACL, and Hammer manages to get the bubble before being charged and manages to get away alive. Genji side, and there is the rocket barrage, but quickly taken out by Till. It is not enough though for NACL, and Komodo quickly cleans up the rest of their enemies.
Yeah, now they're just staggering at this point. But that was huge. Even with the Pharah ult, just getting how much damage it did, even if the Pharah died, it still had a great value for the team to push in and just clean up the house.
It does deal just a massive amount of people, or massive amounts of damage, and to so many people. And ended up working over there. Auto has dropped over to the Hammer, and a great deflect. Will knocks Hammer away from the spot, but does still manage to get out alive. And it's going to be Aldo who falls. And with Wind's Plague dying to Bob, the rest of NACL once again has to fall back.
Yeah, right now all they have is the Genji ult going on with them. They're gonna have sound barriers soon. They're gonna have Till's ult. But even the side of Komodo, I mean, they have Grab that's gonna be able to stop the push, and he's still got Nano going on.
There's a hammer down trying to do work there, and it seems to be doing it. Komodo just absolutely tearing through NACL and pushing him once again back to the spawn.
Looks like they're swapping the ghost, but with Genji staying as McCree. And I mean, they're trading off a healer for McCree, which is not that great of a idea. Usually you trade a diva for any other heroes.
But now you see Hammer just charging in, and Mishra using that rocket barrage straight into the Graviton Surge, taking out NACL once again. They cannot catch a break.
They can't. I don't know what they're gonna do with this comp that they're doing with the Genji. I'm curious with him playing McCree.
I guess the idea is to deal with the Pharah as much as possible, but will they be able to do it? That Pharah Mercy is able to put out so much damage and so much healing, and there is Bob, just right in the middle of NACL, trying to deal the damage. He does get taken out, but there's the hammer down. Doesn't seem to catch anybody though, and Hammer quickly corralled back, but the damage from that nano-boosted rocket hammer is too much, and once again tears through NACL.
The way Komodo's playing, they want to win this. They don't want a fifth map. They want to make sure they get this victory.
As we take down 2 seconds left, NACL will not be able to contest the point, and that is round 1. A absolute full hold on Hanamura.
This is huge. Komodo's got this in the bag. Like I said, NACL, they did a bunker comp on Nobani. They need to do that here as well and try to hold him as much as possible. If they don't hold him, all you need is one tick. Komodo's gonna take this for tonight.
They just have to get onto the point, and take a single take is not a very high bar to clear, and NACL is going to have a very difficult time defending that point if they want to deal with this offense. Is going to be so difficult.
Right. And just a quick announcement here before I forget. Everyone keeps saying it's my birthday. It's not, but the Boot's birthday was yesterday. So I want to wish him a happy belated birthday, and maybe we should give him a happy birthday instead of myself for the chat.
Yeah, guys. Be considerate.
Right.
Gosh.
Attackers incoming
But
in 30
I mean,
seconds.
this was a fun night. I mean, both teams did really well. Because not every team fight, it didn't go a full map. So both teams are fighting strong tonight. And I just hope that NACL, like, next time they come around, they're going to be even better and more coordinated. And really pay attention to what the enemy has for win conditions. And be able to stop them. Because they actually went bunker, which is great. The bunker, I'm confused with the Nova, though, is they're using a soldier. Usually use a Bastion or a Torrid.
Defend objective A.
We know that they have used the Bastion before, but they are opting for this today. I guess maybe to work with Wind's Plague's ult a little bit more. Could be Lord Yukon just trying to get a little bit of charge there, and the May wall does miss, not catching them out, and that is the opportunity for Komodo to push in, but Mishra is down, so they are missing out on a lot of damage. Genji trying to deal a little bit of work there, but is not able to do it.
Right. It's just, sorry, I'm just trying to, they're saying happy birthday to me again, but they need to, what? But exactly, the bunker comp, once you get that May wall correct, and kind of separate the enemy team, that's your win condition right there. If you don't do it correct, they're just gonna lose.
Brother was trying to get up in there and do a little bit of reflect damage, but was not able to do it. Did fall to Genji. Burton got killed there as well. So another good offense from Komodo so far. Mishra, though, with a great concussive blast, is going to knock several members of NACL off of the high ground. Will they be able to reach him in time? And there is the rocket barrage. Did take out Wind's Plague. Got knocked out of the lamp. Genji has gotten a kill, though, and Wind's Plague is back thanks to the Mercy. Will they be able to get back to the team? Doesn't look like it. It does fall to Mishra once again. Lord Yukon has swapped over to the Tracer, trying to deal some damage, and get onto that back line, try to maneuver around that shield, and it seems to be working with Mishra getting another kill on Tantilla with all the turbo down as well. That's no main tank left for NACL. The nuke has come through, but will it be able to get anybody? It does not. Mishra still flying around, feeling the damage, and Clever is there as well with the Genji Blade. And that is going to be the first pick coming through, and that is going to be the win for today, going over to Komodo.
Yeah, and Komodo just went pretty much all attack. They went all DPS and just dive at them hard that way, and it won them the fight.
Play of the game.
Misha being on top and getting so much ult charge, like they didn't take care of him fast enough.
And
Look at this.
absolute huge rocket barrage. So much work.
Yeah, they never contested him. Even there on defense, they're holding on top, and he was able to gain ult charge real quick.
Epic.
That's how we
Just
do
a
it.
lot of great plays overall from both teams, but in the end, it's Komodo that comes away with the win. Ending this up at 3-1. And really great games overall. And I want to see these teams play again. And like you said, I like the way that NACL plays. I like the strategies that they come up with, but they just aren't quite able to pull it off in the end. But now it's that time of the stream where we talk about our MVPs.
Denarius. I'm sorry, you talk about Games of Throws. Um, the for me for tonight, I'm actually gonna go with Hammer on it, and it's tough because Komodo played so well all around. But the reason why I'm going with Hammer is because of all the space he took between the main tank, and as me as a main tank, I feel like he made all the right calls today on that stuff. The Sun was doing really good. You know, Mishra, you see them on DPS getting a lot of ult charge. But I just have to give it a Hammer. I mean, without Hammer creating that space, his team can't explode like they did.
And I think I'm going to have to give it to Hammer as well. Like you said, just controlling the space so well and was able to contend with Aldo Chobro at every turn. Even when Aldo Chobro threw in a few wrenches into the works with running the Hammond, Hammer was able to adapt to that and deal with the situation properly. And you saw just how well Hammer survived throughout everything and also was able to get some really great earth shatters and was always going for the risky plays, the getting behind the enemy for the great hammer down to the great charge to start off the fight is going to be both of our MVPs of the match today. So thank you all very much for watching. If you want to join our Discord, just look below the stream. There's a lot of information there. You can just be a community member or you can be one of our team members. Whether you're silver through diamond, we might just have a spot for you. Also, if you are above that master, grandmaster, or even top 500, you can be a coach for us. Get one of these teams up to snuff or even make your own. We're always looking for more teams to flesh out our roster a little bit. Also, speaking of always looking for more people, you can join our stream team where we're always wanting more people to help with that. We need people to help with the stream, to run the stream, also game hosts to run the lobby, and definitely more casters. Always looking for that, maybe something to
Yeah.
load off of our shoulders. So
Yes.
thank you all very much for watching. I've been the Litzy, joined by Jag today.
It was a lot of fun, guys. But yeah, definitely need more casters, so you don't have to hear my voice anymore. I don't want to destroy these. I'm better off on the stream team, like just running it. So if you guys want to cast, we need an analyst or narrator. No, can't say it now. Please message me or Lotrix, and we can do a tryout with you guys. And we still have openings for stream hosts and game hosts as well.
And we'll see you all next time.
Bye, guys.